Before I started working with Kristine, I knew I was at a crossroads. I was kind of tired of doing things the way that I had been doing them, but I also had some big projects that I knew that I needed to and wanted to put my focus on. I think I was also just in a kind of that perpetual sort of spinning, sort of stuck, not sure if I'm doing things that are really benefiting my career and propelling me forward, and I was ready to create my own content and break a lot of those patterns that I felt like I had been in for too long. One thing that Kristine is so good at is that she's so intuitive as to what you need. I think that she can easily root out what you really want and separate the thousands of other things that you say you want or that you feel like you need to do, or all the balls that you want to keep juggled in the air. And she can get very clear with you on what is it that you really want, what is it you really want to accomplish, and how can I help get you there. And I think that she will absolutely put together a game plan with you of checklists and to-dos and how to achieve your goal. But more importantly, I think that she can kind of give you the understanding behind why you want what you want and give you examples of why you absolutely can accomplish that. I think that that's really her sweet spot that separates her from a lot of people. I just accomplished so much the first year that I couldn't see not doing a second year. I really just wanted to keep the momentum going. I feel like there's so much that we have to do on our own as writers and performers, and just having that person that you can check in with, that you trust, that gives you such unbelievable advice and you can be accountable to. It really wasn't even a question in my mind about continuing working with her. I just had such a positive experience that I just don't want to do this alone. And she really provides that structure and support that you need to just really make things happen in the way that you want to see them happen. I had attended a few of Kristine's seminars years ago when I first moved to LA. And I always really liked Kristine. I always thought that she was really smart. I really liked what she had to say. I just hadn't worked with her in a larger capacity than just a few shorter workshops. So I really was drawn to, one, working with her, but two, I really like the idea of a year-long commitment. There's something about putting a time frame on it, mapping out what I wanted to accomplish, and then being able to measure it quarter by quarter or season by season. It was so nice to be able to check in with her monthly and adjust what wasn't working. Because so often it's easy to make a plan, and then if you don't stick to it exactly, then you're a failure and you didn't work hard enough, and it just, there's a lot of beating yourself up that you weren't able to execute the plan exactly as you laid it out. And a lot unfolded in the fourth quarter of my leap year. Things I worked on the entire year, it was amazing how much just popped in the fourth quarter. And I don't think that was necessarily because I was procrastinating. I just think that a lot of times big projects just take a while to get to this point where then they really grab the momentum, and then it feels like, oh, I did it. But then that part happened so fast, but then the foundation work, it can take a while, and it's surprising how that can happen. Kristine being able to point out that we're human and it takes a lot longer to do things than we sometimes think in our head, it's just really freeing. I feel like I now approach big projects in a way because I know how much time they're going to take. Or even something as simple as going out of town. It takes longer than you think. Everything just takes a little longer than you anticipate, but instead of beating myself up like, why am I not Superwoman? I just realized this is just the time that it takes. And that was a huge shift for me because I kind of always felt like I could be doing things better or faster. And I realized I'm kind of doing things about as quickly and as well as I can. There's some months where I was very much looking forward to that conversation and that check-in, and I had a lot on my mind. And other months I felt like I was really handling things and I was in the groove and didn't necessarily think I needed to talk, but then every time I talk with Kristine, I'm always able to get so much out of the conversation. She's very good at figuring out what makes you tick and making that work for you. And when she says something like, it doesn't take you long to realize that she's really put a lot of thought into what she's saying, and it always seems to resonate on many levels about what she what she's picking up off of you. My self-esteem skyrocketed. I think Kristine really knew that one of the biggest projects I wanted to accomplish was going to be a complete game changer for where I felt I was in this business and where I felt like I belonged, and really getting my voice out there. And it was amazing to see that once I finally launched it, I just felt like everything kind of shifted around me. It was like being able to complete an idea and get it out there and get really positive feedback and like seeing your vision come to life. It's there, you just can't put a price on that. And I think that Kristine knew from the minute I told her about it that it was something I needed to do, and it was really going to feed me in the way that I needed. And it's been amazing. I just feel like I'm at a different place than I was just a few months ago, because I created this thing that I'm really proud of, and I put a lot of other things to the side in order to be able to do it. But I feel like Kristine absolutely saw that where it was going and the benefit of it, and really helped get me to that place where I could just make it happen.